Buongiorno e benvenuti. Welcome to Art Yoga Pills with me, your host, Binni. In this space, we will connect and share together about creativity, inner child, and self-awareness. Siete pronti? Enjoy! Ciao a tutti, Kia ora, and welcome to a new episode of Art Yoga Pills. Today, I have a very special guest with me. Welcome to Rina Poerwadi. How are you, Rina?
I'm well, thank you very much for having me today.
And thank you so much for accepting my invitation. The reason why I decided to connect with you is because I attended one of your beautiful holistic aromatherapy workshop here in Auckland, and that sparked within myself the curiosity of getting to know more and possibly using your sharing experience to inspire others in your journey and possibly for their journey as well.
Well, thank you for joining in at that time. So I'm very happy to have you. And yeah, we are here now. Great.
Yes, absolutely. So I think that I will try and go on with the first question to get to know you a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more.
Sure, sure.
And some people sense it as not a very easy question. So let's see how it might go today for you. And the first question for you is who is Rina, if you would like to share with
Who
us?
is Rina? Yeah. Well, Rina is the person who's really passion with essential oil therapy, which are known that as an aromatherapy that people call. But how, you know, aromatherapy word is very commercial, everything with aromatherapy. In fact, we are surrounding with aromatherapy. Whatever you sniff, whatever you inhale, whatever you smell is all very therapeutic and aromatic. Rina is a person, is a person. I'm been doing the holistic aromatherapy practice for over 20 years. I graduated from Asia Pacific Aromatherapy Limited in Hong Kong. At that time, we live in Hong Kong, and I have a young baby, and yeah, the good things living in Hong Kong that you can have helper, live-in helper. So when my baby was turning, I think it's about 8 months old, something, I brought someone to Hong Kong to look after my baby. And this person I know for a long time because her and her family used to work with my family in Indonesia. So she's not a stranger to me. So when she came and looked after my baby, and then I can continue to do, study. Initially, I wanted to go to work because I thought, because I used to be working and I was working in advertising agency for 10 years in Jakarta. So I have a good international experience in terms of, or not international, or working in international agency. So, okay, going back to work, but lots of work are not really suitable for a new mom. And I don't speak the language as well. There's one interview I secure is actually working for a cigarette company, Indonesian largest cigarette company. They are doing brand strategy. It's really something that I like, and this is something based on my experience, but timing was because I need to go overseas a lot. So declined that, and I was thinking, okay, what should I do? Um, Came back and think, and I thought, oh, maybe I need to find something new to learn so I can carry that new skill with me. My husband thought I need to go back to continue my law study, But I said, if I study law in Hong Kong, if you're going back to Indonesia, it won't be used because Indonesian system, judiciary system, is pretty much using a Dutch system. So no law study. And I was thinking traditional Chinese medicine, but it takes 7 years, and most of them are in Cantonese or in Mandarin. Okay, another cross on the box. So then I came across this aromatherapy advertising. I have no clue other than the word aromatherapy. I have no clue what I'm studying. So yeah, I enroll and I interviewed by the principal, and they think I'm good enough to study. And there I am. So a year later, so I graduated, and then it's time for us to move back to Jakarta because my husband got relocated to a different country. We thought, okay, let what the idea is moving to Singapore. But I said, if we're moving to Singapore, might as well move to Jakarta because I have more network there to start my new skill practice. Then we went back, and then by the time I started, it was really the right place, the right time, the right skill on the right place. Because Indonesian are very curious with a new thing. Aromatherapy just come to the market, and everybody liked the idea of aromatherapy, but have no education about essential oil. And also, being in Jakarta, the more expensive you put your price, the more you are in demand, because people like to pay, for something that they thought is very special. So it was really, really the right timing for me. And of course, my first client in Jakarta were mostly my clients from Hong Kong, Indonesian lady who worked for Cathay Pacific, because they fly around and they always go home. And then when they came to Jakarta, they come to me, and that's how the news spread. Yeah, I was really, really lucky. The market was really ready to have me. And then I was in magazine every month. I was having interview, radio, TV, talk show. Yeah, I am there on the stage all the time. And then of course, if you're familiar with Indonesia, massage is not a new thing, but mostly massage was delivered by an old lady who never really go to a proper education. They learn massage from their mother, who's massage therapist, or mom learning massage from the mother again, who's massage therapist. So it's passing through generation. And these people are very, very traditional. They never learn anatomy, physiology. They never learn, pathology in muscles and stuff like that. But somehow intuitively, they know. But when you ask them, they can't answer you. They just say, oh, wow, this one is so tight. I need to sort of work on it, and then the next day, okay, you feel really, your muscles okay. But you do have bruise because they're really like hammering you. So I came on the stage, as a massage therapist, of course, holistic aromatherapy, but I provide massage. I give massage using essential oil, but I look very different. Somehow, those people can relate to me because I offer a different educational background, international background, English speaking, that sort of thing that for some people, they never have it, they never see this sort of business model. So my clinic always at home because part of it is also wants to show people, especially mom who's returning to work, that second career, because that's my second career, can be as good as your first career if it's not even better. So, and also, just because you have your business at home, you run your business from home, it doesn't mean you cannot be very professional in your delivery. So yeah, I have a little shop there, essential shop. I represent New Zealand brand, Absolute Essential, to sell. I have 2 massage clinics. I also have classroom to start teaching. That was really my golden moment over there. For 10 years, I practiced there until we decided that we moved back here. But along the way, so my aromatherapy clinic called Rina Poerwadi Holistic Aromatherapy, and I have a lots of pregnant lady. Well, they were not pregnant when they come and they have a therapy with me and they got pregnant, but it's not my responsibility. They got pregnant. So, and then in Indonesia, it's very common as well to have your baby receiving massage. So they brought their baby to me and asked, okay, I want you to massage my baby. Okay, fine, good. I don't mind at all. But I thought, if I'm away, because I often travel as well, if I'm away, who's going to look after this baby in terms of giving the massage in regular basis? So there must be something that I can learn out there to do the proper massage for babies so I can train someone. I found it in Australia. There's an infant massage service. There's a training for that. So went to Australia, got my certification. So I'm a certified infant massage instructor and also pediatric consultant for massage. Pediatric massage consultancy. Then I opened a center called Touch and Buon. So that is really infant massage center. And I found out that actually strangers are not recommended to massage baby. It should be the mom because it's strengthen bonding. Is because even though they are your baby, you don't know this person and that little baby don't know you other than, familiar faces. So lots of bonding, love, getting to know each other, getting to know your baby, communication with baby, learning the baby language and stuff. So my Touch and Bond massage, my Touch and Bond center doing really well. And I started to have question from the mom. Oh, my first one is fussy eater. Do you think massage will help? In Indonesia, people have live-in helper and also nanny. You got 3 kids, you got 3 nannies following you around, especially in the big city like Jakarta. So lots of these moms never really get involved in providing or preparing food for their kids. Where I have different experience because I made, I prepare food for my I only have one because if I have 6, maybe it's a different story. But I always prepare her food from, starter, snacks, dessert, and stuff like that. So in a way, as a new mom, I have experience in understanding my babies and toddler, palates, if I may say that. So they start asking me that question, and I thought, maybe I should teach them how to prepare food for their kids so they can be hands-on with, day-to-day mom and children feeding frenzy session. Then I started a new concept called Mom Can Cook. Mom Can Cook is a center of mom that I provide at home in my kitchen, provide a food preparation and trick for mom to prepare food for their children. And then after that, I was approached by a big publisher company, to write a cookbook for children. In my cookbook, the concept of my cookbook is actually a diary of a 10 years old boy or girl, 10 years old, a kid, talking about how their mom preparing food and always know what he wants, and always have something in the fridge or at home. So if anything he wants, mom can make it. So the Mom Can Cook is really a trick, so you don't have to spend the whole day in the kitchen, but how you organize the basic, food preparation for children, basically what they like. Yeah, so I thought it was a quite touchy idea. So yeah, the diary, because at the end of the whole story here, my 3 centers that I ran by myself between my TV shooting, and I have a TV program that at that time the celebrity chefs just started as well. So I was on TV doing the cooking for mostly because my holistic aromatherapy background, so it's always somehow healthy food. So yeah, I got that benefit from that image. But the very, very core idea of all of my business, the treatment for women, mother, grandmother, the infant massage, and the Mom Can Cook, it's because it's pretty much wants to go back to mom, the reward of everything mom do. They deserve to have it back in terms of admiration from their children, admiration from the husband, all the compliments from the children. Because in our journey as a woman, motherhood and grandmotherhood, of course, there's a menopausal in between. If you think about, I'm probably rambling on a little bit here. When you think about you as a young woman, you got everything you want. The world is yours. You got the compliment, and then you having a relationship because of course I come from a different generation as you are. So at that time we just like, okay, a certain age you want to get married and having family. So you get married. Before get married, of course, you are the prettiest one because you are a bride. Then you get pregnant. You got all the compliment of being pregnant. You have your baby. All those compliment goes to the baby. Somehow you not exist. I may be wrong, but that was my generation at that time. You not exist. So how you win back the whole thing? How you win back your children who's already leaving the nest and coming back? And then we go back to the idea of, you know, the love coming from the stomach, something like that. Maybe you're familiar with that from your grandma. So yeah, I think we do have the power to have it all for us. We just have to know how to do it. So me, Rina, going back, Rina, I am a person who's very, very interested with that sort of like womanhood life, that how you revive and thrive from your young age to the day that you need to leave your legacy. And every single step should be rewarding, and the reward is yours. So, is that enough just to explain?
Yes, and I'm absolutely fascinated on the variety of different hats that Rina is wearing, or that you've been wearing up to this moment in time, and how somehow you as well link everything to the second journey into your career path, and somehow it's still related to that possibility of connecting your holistic and aromatherapy work with everything else that might have led you to achieve in support of others, especially women, and their bonding with their children. So I'm quite fascinating to get to know you in another way as well than how I initially had the pleasure to meet you in the context of the workshop that brought us together. And I guess that, please, if there is anything
Yeah,
that you wish to add, please stop me on the
I,
way.
I must thank my advertising agency, 10 years working in advertising agency, there, because that's where we are learning. Because I was in an account service, I was client in a client service. We are really learning the concept of creating a campaign. And the campaign is there is a seasonal campaign, there is a long-term campaign, things like that, and how everything link and supporting the brand. So the way I see myself at that time, I am the brand. The product is my work, right? So I am the brand. So as a brand, how do I work with my product? So there is a brand value top of the mind, continuous campaign. How do I advertise myself? What is my narrative to speak to people? So, yeah, I wasn't really the brightest star when I was working in an agency because I was still quite young. But somehow the old school advertising agency give you a good foundation to look at yourself and then create a positioning when you start doing something for yourself, especially business related. Yeah.
And that's quite interesting because I have a background in graphic design. That's what I was doing a decade ago as well, before to redefine myself and noticing how a previous knowledge can still combine to what we want to
Mm,
do next, and how that in both of our cases, because was related to marketing or design. It gave us the support and the sense of self-worth or self-esteem that it boosted ourselves for the next step, especially in both cases. The way I'm seeing it is through holistic practices that maybe at times, not in your case mainly because I notice how you were in the right place at the right time where this was very valuable.
Mm.
But in other situation, it might not be the same. So it might be that you're trying to step out of your comfort zone with something new, and you need to be the person who is valuing yourself first, because just with
Yeah,
that then you can then achieve the support of others that can recognize what you have to offer
yeah.
as well. So I want to acknowledge this in your sharing of how you managed to do that, also thanks to your previous knowledge and previous experience in the professional world.
Thank you.
And another thing that I wanted to touch on, that we just briefly touched it when you mentioned how everything started for you in your own personal journey in connection with aromatherapy, was when you just mentioned that you just saw an advertising, and somehow that led you to a completely new path that is also bringing you in this very moment in time where you are now. And part of who you are now is also defined by that choice, the possibility of seeing something that somehow for the title was quite appealing, and then you created a whole journey, a whole connection with that. So I wonder if you have maybe the first memory or the first deep connection where you realize yourself that not just like, by the interview that you had with the principal of the school that you started to study in, but the awareness within yourself that you were on the right track. If you can share with us, if you have anything in your mind that comes to you um, when you realize, oh, maybe this is it. This is actually something that I really like.
Mm. Yeah, because when I started my study there, I really don't know, right, what I am going through. I mean, I even like after halfway when we have to we have to create stationery or something in our business study. And I asked my classmates, so, oh, what is our title? This is we nearly finished. What is our title? Oh, yeah, our title is a holistic aromatherapist. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. But, yeah, and chemistry is not my strength. But my chemistry is so. But I had a very good mark for massage. And, you know, an essential oil indication property and stuff like that you need to learn, and we have to remember by heart 50 botanical names of each essential oil through our assessment. But what I really click is when I have to go to when I have to go to my practical assessment. Somehow almost all of my assessment clinical practice client for the assessment, several of them are healers, and healers who already practice in Hong Kong. And then because of my advertising background, I'm the one, I think, who managed to make, manage to guide the client and telling client, just be, like, this is my clinical practice, so I'm charging student fee. Where the other classmates, they don't have the confidence to tell their clients that they give the massage for free. They end up having clients not turning up. So I finish, my assessment very smoothly. And yeah, resulted a good mark. But I apply all disciplines that I have. But the thing that I really feel that really connected was my intuition through the work that I deliver. So that is, I think, I realized this is my thing. Yeah, so I will nurture and grow with this new skill and be with it as long as I can. Yeah, so that was my aha moment.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing this. And the beautiful part to me when I'm thinking of essential oil or aromatherapy is also connected to what you were sharing earlier, related to the fact that, especially now in this modern time in which we are living, is something that is known, but not many people, or at least from the awareness that I have from people that are connected to me, there is not a deeper understanding of that. There is this superficial knowledge that, you were mentioning of all the botanical name that you had to learn by heart in order for you to succeed and pass exam, as well as gaining the knowledge related to that. Well, now if I'm thinking about the average of people in which I'm putting myself into the same category, there is this very poor awareness, but everything is so accessible that, um, if I'm thinking of what I've learned with you in our just 1 day workshop, I feel that my knowledge has increased so much, and I had this profound respect towards something that before, is so accessible that I don't give it the value that it's supposed to have. And I'm not talking about the materialistic price of how much
Mm,
a bottle of
mm,
essential oil cost, but the deeper meaning that I could feel and sense with our experience, with something that it goes way beyond the accessibility in the market and supermarket, where I can find those little bottles that smell really nice. So I wonder, if you can tap a little bit into that awareness for those who might not know much or might have the same idea as I had prior our encounter in the workshop of, how do I acknowledge the respect that is required towards aromatherapy or essential oil when I'm trying to connect them with myself, but without the knowledge that is actually required to have that connection and approach in respect to essential oil and my body as well in connection to them. I'm not sure if the question is very clear, but something that was
yeah,
flowing in my
mm,
mind.
yeah. Um, Time has changed, right? In the past, people learn people learn in arduous way to achieve something. But today, everything is very superficial. Lots of things are very instant. With a lot of information available in internet, people just click the button and find the information and then select what information they want to find. Uh, the word aromatherapy itself is become very commercial, so commercial, even like the detergent, household cleaning, everything that using chemical component use the word aromatherapy because they convey that if I use the word aromatherapy, it must be it must smell nice. It's aromatherapy. And of course, the aroma that they chose is pretty much the same old, like they still use in the past, all of dishwashing liquid usually using lemon, lime, or apple. Right now, they still use lemon, lime, and apple, but they add the word aromatherapy on it. So because of that, commercialization of the word aromatherapy, people has become really blurred and misunderstood the whole concept. And it's become really competitive as well, in the market. The essential oils, you don't know, if you don't know much about that, you don't know it's a difference between essential oil that they use to put on your potpourri, pot, the potpourri basket, essential oil that you're going to use for your candle, essential oil that you are going to use for massage. And then again, going back to the commercialization, anything that has aromatherapy will sell well. And then the education, is kind of like drowning, because people think, why do I need to learn aromatherapy properly, that it takes me at least 6 months to master all the information, and I just want to diffuse it in my bedroom? It doesn't make sense. Price, of course, if this lavender is $2, why do I need to buy lavender that costs $7, for example? The smell is different. Yeah, but I just want to diffuse it in the room as long as the room smells nice. But they didn't realize through the inhalation, those aroma and the molecules going to all sorts of part of your nervous system. So yeah, it is a little bit tricky and challenging. Now, we don't have a proper education for aromatherapy. Nobody doing aromatherapy, through MZQA. There is a course in Nelson by Aroma Science, but again, if you are in Auckland, you don't want to go to Nelson for that. Okay, but they got online, true. But for me, you still have to sit in the class. You still need to be physically inhaling and really working with the oil under supervision, by somebody who has more experience than you. So yeah, that's why people don't have so much respect anymore, because nobody guiding them to that deeper level, unless you're really interested to be the therapist. If you are massage therapist, you just buy essential, balm or oil that already pre-blended, right? That has essential oil. Client doesn't really ask a lot of questions about that. And you also, as a massage therapist who utilize pre-blended oil, only think, okay, lavender is good for relaxation, and mandarin is good for sleeping, and bergamot is good for stress. So in this pre-blend bottle, it say relax and, relax and chill, for example. But you know that if you read the content, lavender, mandarin, and bergamot. That's it. But there's nothing on the label telling you you need to be cautious with bergamot. You need to be aware that mandarin is a citrus, so therefore you need to be a little just to, because of the citrus. And lavender is not good for people who has low blood pressure. So yeah, and then I think because lack of education availability out there, so unfortunately, the show must go on, right? The aromatherapy business and stuff like that. No regulation. For me, everybody who are doing business related with essential oil must have education, must be a member of association. So because the association provide education. But I'm the president of NZ Roha. It's not easy for us to recruit member. It's not easy, let alone the professional member, because there's no one new in the market there that has the qualification. But to have the associate member, which I thought everybody who are doing the business, because there's no regulation, so it's not easy. It's different with naturopathy. Naturopathy has a huge association, huge members, because we still have education that provide NZQA level, and it's bachelor degree as well. So somehow they are stronger. I don't know, is it answering your question or not in terms
Absolutely,
of
yes.
respect? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, yes. And what I wanted to acknowledge is the words that you use, like how much more professional this connection with aromatherapy and essential oil can be if we don't limit ourselves just to see the first page that it appears when we are scrolling down and we are looking for essential oil of whatever kind, of whatever fragrance. And I'm aware as well that probably not everyone who is listening is considering maybe the possibility of going towards a career path, although
Mm.
it might inspire someone to know that there are possibilities still available in New Zealand. And so my question is for you related to those who are using it, as you were saying, if I have a diffuser and I want to use essential oil to refresh the space in which I'm living in, or anything else that doesn't have a proper connection with anything professional, how do I prevent myself from either buy a product that is not good, or
Mm.
having a certain awareness that at least is ensuring me that what I'm doing for myself, for my body, but also what am I inhaling is healthy, or at least as the potency of supporting me rather than giving me something that will actually not improving my health, but maybe destroying it, or definitely impacting it in a wrong way. What would be for you an advice or a suggestion that you will have for someone that will use it like for, I don't know if to call it recreational way, but in a way that is not professional?
Yeah. Well, when you purchase essential oil, you need to know who's behind that, the reputation of the company. You don't need to go to the organic one, but if you could, why not? But of course, it costs money. You don't have to buy 10. You just buy 3 to start with, or buy 1 to start with. And usually a good company provide a good information also. The thing is, like you did, attending workshop, and I was very grateful. I had the opportunity to share my knowledge through the workshop, and hopefully next year I can have 2 different workshops for aromatherapy, which I already planned that to start with a very foundational level, which is like only for people that you have in mind. And then I will have something else for self-care or family care. But then if I have more opportunity outside the place where I'm teaching, because they can't just give me like 5, 6 classes. So hopefully I have the opportunity to offer it through maybe organization like you, or I'm organizing it myself. So yeah, you really have to know the brand. You really have to know the product. Yes, price is part of the measurement with essential oil, because of the quality that they have in the oil. So usually the expensive oil is, they get it through the first distillation. So that is the top one. All the properties are still there. But then, yeah, again, you need to know, just because you want to make candle, it doesn't mean you go to super cheap one. You can go to the third distillation, which is still coming from a good parents, the oil. It is not easy to tell people that. It's not easy because the educational part of, making people aware how to use essential oils safely, they're not a lot other than from internet, which doesn't tell much. Usually they really they share a lot of general knowledge. And for people who's doing quite a hardcore essential oil business, aromatherapy business, they really boost the market to really use the essential oil as quick as possible. So the rotation of purchase and repurchase will go fast enough to make money. And I don't know those people. I never talk to them, but I wish they will attend my workshop so they can still sell, but they have something else. I'm sure they also go through training as well. But sometimes when you enroll to the workshop because you want to enroll based on what you want rather than in a group, you absorb differently information. Yeah. Want to
Yeah,
answer
and
your question? Yeah.
yes, and I actually wanted to add on that from my personal experience, I really highly recommend, and the link of connecting with you will be available in the description of this event. So if anyone feels like the spark of curiosity or have any intention of either starting or continuing their journey in connection with aromatherapy, I highly recommend the workshop that I've did here in Auckland with you, because it gave me something that I would have never considered in connection with essential oil, as well as the awareness of how potent they are, and how I needed to be educated from a professional to understanding this about them, rather than, grabbing a bottle and do a
Yeah, I like
shower
this.
with.
I like the smell. Yeah, yeah, I like the smell. Okay.
Yeah,
All
and
right,
knowing as well
good.
that I
Yeah, I
could
like the smell too.
but I could also hurt my skin with that,
Yeah, yeah.
literally burning it. And without that knowledge, I was just abusing of the drops that I could put on myself just because of the smell and nothing else, not knowing how deeper we can actually go into the realm of aromatherapy, essential oil, with that holistic knowledge that can truly be beneficial for our mind, body, and soul in a very deeper level.
Yeah, and it's our nature also to blame the product rather than to have self-awareness. I abuse that. So aromatherapy industry is very small, compares to the other FMCG product like toothpaste and stuff, they also use essential oil in a different level, of course. But we are very small. So for just one person who did not careful enough in applying essential oil and talk to the media or just share in their Facebook, oh, I use lavender and I fainted, for example. And then lavender's suddenly the culprit. But actually, she doesn't know her blood pressure on that day was really low, and she always have low blood pressure. That's why she always have headache or something like that. But then she's using lavender because she thought, oh, I'm probably a bit tense, so I want to relax. So we always blame the other part, whatever we do, you know? You yeah, so we always blame, but that's what my concern is. If people not educating themselves about this, it seems so simple and it's so fun, but that's something in there that you need to know. It may not turn fun at all or simple at all unless you know what you're doing. But don't blame the product. You need to control yourself, and equip yourself with a little bit of knowledge and start small, of course. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Rina, for that. And
Mm,
I guess that arriving at this point in our conversation, I would like to ask you if there is anything else that you feel important and maybe using this platform to share with us, something that we might not have mentioned yet, but you feel that there could be a relevance in sharing it as we are flowing in this conversation.
well, I have to be very careful in answering that because I don't want to be in a position that I'm promoting something, right? Because it's so easy to go to that pathway. But yeah, pretty much I hope I have opportunity to share more and then and got a good response from people. And again, I understand aromatherapy is not for everyone. You have other aromatic substance that you can use as well to chill. But if you are thinking to use it for therapeutic value and the therapeutic benefit for essential oil, just know what you're doing. They always can email me. I'm so happy to answer for that sort of thing because for me, yeah, essential oil has been my friend for a long time. And it is a friend who never argue. Yeah, they don't gossip, they don't argue, they listen. They're pretty cool. They're a good company and use it. I mean, you want to treat a friend like that properly, right? You want to respect them. You want to respect the relationship. You just want to enjoy a long-term friendship and see it that way for everything you do with the product. See it that way. So then you will not end up in a situation where you just have to detach yourself with this friend because, well, you're not happy. But actually, it takes two to tango.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for that. And I just would like to share with you our final question, which it could be considered like a three-part question, but I always keep it as a secret so that you don't need to prepare
Yeah,
beforehand.
but if you start questioning me, it's not secret anymore.
No, exactly, that's the question, but I didn't prepare you for this, before we started,
Oh,
so that I know that some people might prepare themselves beforehand, which is not the intention. And
yeah.
the question for you, that was a secret before this moment, is if you would like to share with us today maybe 3 empowering messages that you would like to dedicate to us, and it could be anything, no matter how small or big, and you can use them also as an opportunity to empower once again yourself and empowering me and whoever else is listening in this moment. That's why it was secret.
All right. For me, using your observation, using your intuition, and be gentle to yourself, it will lead you away to the pathway that hopefully give you a smooth journey.
Beautiful. 3 in 1.
Does it sound very cheesy or not?
It's beautiful. I always like this moment because it's the moment where I'm getting those messages for myself first. So I want to acknowledge that for me, and hoping that it won't be just an inspiration for me as the first listener, but for everyone else who arrive
I
to this
hope
point.
so. Well,
Yes.
that's what I do for myself. I'm a good observant, and then I use my intuition, and I just nurture, be gentle. Yes, sometimes I, rush and things like that, but you really have to go back. You really have to go back. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Rina. I really enjoyed our conversation. As
My
mentioned,
pleasure.
all your link will be available in the description. So if anyone felt inspired by your sharing or would like to know more or might have question for you, I invite them to do so, so that they possibly can start or continuing a journey in connection with themselves, and possibly aromatherapy with your inspiration, your word, and your empowerment as well.
Thank you very much for having me. And yeah, let's do this together. Sniffing session.
Absolutely, yes. I enjoyed the
Yeah.
first one, so let's continuing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Okay.
thank you so much for listening, everyone. And I'm hoping you're gonna have a wonderful rest of your day.
Grazie per averci fatto compagnia. We hope you enjoyed your time with us. If you wish to stay updated and connected, visit us on our social media channels and our website www.artyoga.co. Ci sentiamo presto. Ciao! See you!